the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead here on one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Hey, run!
They're going to motion the tight end over here. On that one.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that road.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
To the ground, a 1st down run. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
Gain at the 38-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's Jackson. Forced out wide. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down. Throwing Jackson. Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll try to run. And he's not going to get there. Couple of yards short. And this is going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
Hey, let's go. Hey, take right open.
Lawrence now to throw on 1st down. That's complete. He finds Brian Thomas. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
30 left. Hey, Lion. Hey, kill. It's on. 11. Here we go.
Play action now. It's Lawrence. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So often, Mike, defenders are just happy the ball ends up in his hands, but not this guy. I mean, the catch was one thing, but then the party really got started. I mean, look at this return. He gets one block. He gets another. He's got teammates springing him all over the field, and this offense is lucky. This didn't go all the way back for a pick six.
And he'll work forward for about 4. Second down, Jackson. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. 11 yards on the pass there. First down, Baltimore.
At the 19-yard line.
DC, ready?
The shotgun, here's Jackson. That's taken in, it's Tiz Walker. And he'll be forced out of bounds, just a couple of yards short of the first down. That's a pickup of 8.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
A loss of 2 brings up second and goal.
Jackson now on second down. He pulls it in around the 5. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Baltimore. The quarterback, with all of his eligible receivers available, uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when your running back, Mike, is a valid threat in the passing game, man, it just gives you so many options. And in this case, it was the running back that was the open target. He's able to put the pass on the money. Easy 6 points.
Next to score, Ravens 14, Jaguars nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready up! Hey, go!
On first down, Lawrence. He's going to look downfield once again. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
Second down, Lawrence. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, Move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
30 left.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He's got his tight end. That's Andrew. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They get the conversion in a big way. That's good for 29 yards. One quarter in the books in round one of these AFC playoffs. 14-0 is our score. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. First and 10.
Hey, Lion. Focus, Lion.
Putting the tight end in motion.
Here we go.
On first and 10, Lawrence. And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
Start out here with an option to the left. And he'll force his way forward, maybe a yard. Second down coming up.
So they try to throw a little bit of a curveball. We see him throw it to this guy a lot. Now, in this case, they hand it to him, thinking they can catch the defense off guard and generate a big play. And let's give a lot of credit to the defense. They were ready for it, they were prepared for it, and they held it to a modest gain.
From the 34-yard line, here's second and 8. Jackson looking to throw. Forced to his right. He's got it at the 7. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 29, and it's first and goal.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm, being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down, but in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield, and there does come some danger when you throw back across, but in this case, it's a big completion.
Here's a run. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens. He is shining in this postseason spotlight as his second touchdown of the game. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. You're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Jaguars nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
Lisa 24. Hey, Ginger.
A first down throw for Lawrence. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. From 29, here's 2nd and 4.
Rip, 23. Son, that's what. Silver.
Here's Lawrence. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw and the pass is incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. And the Ravens will take over here just past the 30.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
First down throw for Jackson. This one caught downfield by Flowers. That one good for 26 yards.
26 yards. That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. He'll get this out wide to Mitchell. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. It'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 38-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now it's Jackson. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
3rd down, they need 5. To the air one more time with Jackson. He'll look for Mitchell out of the backfield. And he's in! Peyton Mitchell. Touchdown, Baltimore. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Lawrence now. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Hey, let's go. Hey, Jim. Here we go.
Now second down throw for Lawrence. Got a man downfield. It's Thomas. What about that? Out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
Hey, easy. Ralph.
Lawrence going to give it to Newton. And a nice run there as he surges forward. A gain of 8 and sets up 3rd down.
So his team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL.
Good blocking, and he's in. Facial Tootin. Touchdown, Jaguars. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
Extra point by Little is good. And the Jaguars are able to cut into the deficit. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here. And they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's going to have a Ravens 1st down as he is stopped at the 35-yard line. 1st down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Jackson now moving to his right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he'll be out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. His first catch of the wild card game, and good for a 1st down. On the ground, here's Keaton Mitchell. Not much there, maybe a yard.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Hey, report.
2nd down, Jackson. He's going to let this one go deep. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Ravens.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half. but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
Makes the score Ravens 35, Jaguars 7.
Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Hey, run! Hey, Dinter.
In the pistol, here's Lawrence. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's second down.
And really what stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man.
All right, let's go. This is hot. Hey, I'm gun. Go, let's go.
Lawrence now on second down. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
Go. Here we go.
Lawrence from the gun here on third down. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. One team advances. One team's season ends here. Second half underway in the AFC wildcard game. Safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
26-yard line.
Lawrence now to throw on first down. He finds Thomas coming across the field. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
Play action now. It's Lawrence. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And they'll take this down inside the 35. His first catch of the wild card game, and good for a first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10.
Here we go.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
Red on red. 11.
Lawrence. A quick slant into the hands of Thomas. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
16 yards. That's another Jaguars first down. A gain of 16 yards. First down,
30
Jacksonville.
left.
On first down, Lawrence. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
That's complete to his running back, Mason Chutin. And the Jags are going to have first and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
First and goal at the 40.
Now the Ravens use their first timeout, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. First down and goal.
Hey, let's go.
Chutin. Try to push forward, but only a yard. Down to the 2. A little closer. Here's second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
Trying to punch it in with Chutin. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1. Setting up third and goal.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Half yard, that's all they need on this third and goal.
Hey, run. Here we go.
To throw is Lawrence. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
That's going to wind up incomplete. They tried for 2, and it does not pan out. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. Maybe they're starting to count how many possessions do I have left. They're going to try to get another one with an onside kick here. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
That's a risky call here, but I understand what they're thinking. You find yourself down in the third quarter. How do we steal some possessions? How do we get the ball back to our offense to cut into this deficit? But now in return, it's your defense that now has the tough task.
Jackson now to throw on first down. That one incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Jackson now on second down. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked, and with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Two incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to third down and 10. With a shotgun, here's Jackson. Going for it all. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. And the Jaguars are going to have it just past their 25.
They'll take
so much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, that ball was thrown. Me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Red on the red. It's on.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
So every team practices this on both sides of the ball. They call it sudden change. So in this case, the offense takes the field quickly following the defensive takeaway, and now you want to get off to a fast start, generate a quick play, and spark your possession, and it's exactly what they're able to do here, picking up that first down.
Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Hey, Lion! Son, it's on.
Second down, Lawrence. That's downfield, and he's got Andrews, his tight end. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. A big play for Jacksonville. And even 30 yards.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be. Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Here's a 2nd and 9.
Hey,
Throwing is Lawrence. There's a short one caught by Andrews. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Play is stopped. We have an injury to one of the Jaguars. This would be a big loss, and we'll see if he can continue here in the divisional round.
Hey, go! Hey, tomato! What? Hey, I'm gone.
Here's Lawrence to throw. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
And the defense knew they had to be ready for anything here on 3rd and short. They decided to put the ball in the air, and they might have been better off keeping that ball on the ground because that defense was ready for it, and they were all over it.
They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. Lawrence. That's taken in to the goal line and in. Facial Tootin. Touchdown, Jaguars. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, this is not a big surprise here, Mike. You're down big. It's the 4th quarter. You have no choice but to go for it here on 4th down, maintain possession, and they were able to come through.
So Lawrence lines up the Jaguars as they will go for 2. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
Just 2 scores down. This is really taking a chance. With a quarter plus to play, they line up for an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Sometimes you can get a little carried away when you feel like things are going your way, and I think that's the case here, Mike. You get the touchdown. Now they're thinking, all right, let's get the ball right back to our offense. In this case, I think the aggressiveness ends up costing them.
Drive will start on the ground, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
He throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
Quarterback's lucky on that one, Mike, that ball ended up just harmlessly falling to the ground. It was that initial pressure that got to him that forced the errant throw, and fortunately for this offense, that ball didn't end up going the other way.
Here's a 3rd and 10.
No.
From the gun, Jackson. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. 3rd down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the 1st down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that 1st down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Red on red.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Quick throw here is complete. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. His first catch of the wild card game, and good for a 1st down.
Go, let's go. Safe right.
Now Lawrence. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end, and he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
One quarter remains here in this AFC wild card matchup. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down.
Red. Hey, Ginger, attack! Lou!
Here's Lawrence. Now a shot here, deep middle. That's going to be incomplete. Good work. The defender bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. Downfield, got him, and he's got it. And he's in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Well, Greg, really down to the point where every possession they need to score, and they get a touchdown here to stay alive.
Mike, I like what I'm seeing out of this team. They find themselves down big late, but there's no quit. They're continuing to fight back, and they got a chance to make this one a two-possession game here late.
So Lawrence lines up the Jaguars as they will go for two.
Hey,
The
run!
Jaguars will line up for the
Son,
two-point conversion.
go!
Throwing now from the gun to the end zone. It's intercepted.
That decision to go for two was made up from the very beginning. The moment they scored, you could see the head coach. He's signaling, we're going for two. The touchdown was obviously a disappointing outcome defensively, but to able to get that stop, they can at least come off the field and catch their breath.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. And that's well done by the kicking team. He's only able to make it past the 15-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Home already.
Handoff here, up the middle. And he's out of bounds, up close to the 30-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. And a missed tackle there. He pushes forward. It'll give him 4 yards.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
It is second and 6. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
Trying to catch the defense off guard with this designed quarterback run. Doesn't go down for a sack, but either way, defense was ready for it, able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. Jackson looking to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 41 yards. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Jackson going to keep it himself. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Raven first down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. I don't think that was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain. Try again. It's second and 10.
Jaguars 15-yard line.
Now, Jackson. He's got his big tight end. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Ravens. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Now Jackson and the Ravens will try to tack on 2 more.
The Ravens will line up for the
He'll drop the throw. And he will get into the end zone and extend the lead by 2 more.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
11, Agate. On red. Done. It's on hot. Sink right. 13, Lou. Lou.
Lawrence now. He'll let one go down the middle. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. It's the safety, Kyle Hamilton. And he's going to set his guys up well. Nice return. The offense is going to have it just past the 40-yard line.
And really the story of the day for this offense, Mike, is it's just been far too many self-inflicted wounds. You're not going to overcome being reckless with the ball, inconsistent with the passing game, and beat teams in the NFL. It's just not going to happen, and the bad day at the office just continues.
A first down throw for Jackson. A throw left side, caught by Andrews. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41.
17 yards.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
On 1st and 10, Jackson moving outside the pocket. That's to the sideline. It is intercepted, but I don't think he was able to stay in bounds. And indeed, the officials concur. It is incomplete. Very nearly a turnover. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Hey, Alf, it's hot.
Throwing Jackson. Catch made there, left side by Walker. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. They get 14 on that hookup. First down, Baltimore.
At the 28-yard line.
Somebody gotta do it, I'm in. Hey, somebody gotta do it, I take the G. Stay with. Where's it? Sit on. 180. Where's it?
Again, it's Jackson. That is brought in at the 10. And they'll move it down to the 11-yard line. He's out of bounds there. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a first down.
And that throw just seems like the cherry on top of what has been an incredible day for this quarterback. And I wouldn't be surprised here late if we get to see the backup after this drive. And there's one guy in the stadium that has earned the right to stand on the sideline and relax. It's this quarterback.
Out to his right. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Jackson up top again. The back of the end zone. He's got it. Mark Andrews spotlight. That's his second touchdown of the game. Greg, in the end zone again. I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. This drive begins with a run by Chipman. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Lawrence. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. Gonna give the ball over on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Don't worry. Hey. 2nd down. Jackson. Quickly to the outside and complete. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Here's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, Jackson. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Baltimore. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Now Jackson and the Ravens will try to tack on 2 more. Back to throw. Flush to his right. This is hot. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
Stay right open. Hey, here we go.
On the ground, it's Tootin to start the drive. Accelerating toward midfield. Still going. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 74 yards. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Saving his best for the playoffs. His third touchdown of the game. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Extra point by Little is good. And the Jaguars cut into the lead a little bit.
32.
So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
Quick, ready?
Ready! Turn on! Ready! Ready, shot!
Jackson now to throw on first down. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Falls incomplete.
Yeah, a little predictable there. You feel like you just gave up points, and the first thing you want to do is you just want to answer back, and you try to get it all in one play. Nice job by the defensive coordinator, understanding the deep shot was coming, having the right call there. So offensively, just take what's there. You're not going to get all those points back in one play. Take your time, take what's there, sustain the drive.
That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down.
Turn on! What? Ready! Shut up!
They'll go with the option here to the shortstop.
And a nice job there defensively on third down, not overcommitting to their pass rush. Having a plan for this quarterback as a designed runner, they're able to stop him short of first down.
The offense staying out there for this fourth down. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. He's going to look for the home run ball. That's incomplete. Daring call on fourth down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down.
Got it. Ready? Lisa 24. Hey, Dinter. Done.
On first and 10, Lawrence will try and set up the tight end screen. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Red on red.
Lawrence now on second down. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down.
Malachi starts on the coverage.
Red 23.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Got his man. It's complete to Thomas. And they just took a timeout. 2 seconds to go. This one's decided. Not sure that they needed to take the timeout, but take it with them.
A gain of 14. And the Jaguar first down.
On red.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.